Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the notification bell and be the first to know when we drop a new video. Like and share with your fellow American patriots who love this country. And if you haven't even an American patriot, or you're someone who believe and love freedom, love democracy, truth, and don't like corruption, hit the subscription button. Yeah, those of you who can think, can see that everything that Donald Trump has done since he has entered the Oval Office, has been doing everything for Russia, for Vladimir Putin. The Republican Party used to be a party that hated Russia because Russia is America's enemy. In 2025, Russia has become an ally of their GOP party because these people realize that they cannot win unless they cheat. So they have to align themselves with one of the most thuggish, criminal, terrorist, midget, Vladimir Putin. And that's the kind of person that the GOP has looked up to. So now we see that the Trump administration have been flaunting laws and all kind of things, deporting people without due process. And we haven't heard anything from these people, from the Ron Pauls, silent as a lamb. You would expect even a man like Ron Paul, who believe in the Constitution and talk about freedom and this and that, he's silent. So you got to wonder, these people are real fakes. So everything that they said before, they didn't mean it. They were just saying it because they are in opposition. So now they are in power, so they will do anything to violate other people's rights. So today we are witnessing a rift forming between two of the most influential figures in modern American politics and business, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Their recent actions have sparked a wave of discontent among their supporters, and it's time to explore what's driving this tension. Trump's handing of the recent stimulus package have left many patriots feeling frustrated and betrayed. The lack of transparency, perceived favoritism towards big corporations have led to widespread criticism. The man has been firing veterans. Donald Trump is one of the worst presidents when it comes on to veterans. Yes. So, I am clearly passionate and frustrated, and understandably so. These are high-stakes times, and the move being made by powerful figures like Donald Trump and Elon Musk are raising serious concerns for many Americans, especially veterans and patriots, who have sacrifices for the country. So here are the few themes that are worth exploring. One, firing of veterans. This is deeply troubling. Veterans are not only skilled and disciplined, they are the backbone of America's defense. Disregarding them sends a dangerous message about the value of service and patriotism. January 6, 2021, and pardons. I am absolutely right to the point that the real patriots defend democracy. They don't storm the Capitol. The rebranding of the insurrectionists as heroes is a rewriting of history that many Americans won't forget or forgive. So the people who voted for Donald Trump, these are not patriots. These are people who are self-serving people who are racist and only think about self. So when they're coming out and crying that if they had known they wouldn't have voted for him, it's because they are hurting. And we have zero sympathy for them because they are not Americans. They are racist. So the concern about Elon Musk's origin and influence, especially in tandem with Trump's actions that appear to benefit adversarial powers like Russia, adds fuel to the very dangerous fire. When national security and democratic institutions are undermined from within, it shakes the foundation of the republic. The GOP silence, many Americans share my hunger, and that the party once known for its strength and national defense has become, in their eyes, submissive to a figure who courts authoritarianism and flirts with foreign interests. Donald Trump is the president, but he's not serving the American people. He's serving Russia. But it's just a matter of time before the pot that's bubbling before it's boiled over. So we're going to listen to some veterans who are voicing their disgust and discontent with this president and his disregard and disrespect for our veterans. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
A more evil thing that he's doing.
How did you feel when you saw that Trump is firing over 80,000 VA workers?
Well, I was mad. I was medically discharged after getting injured while deployed, so these are people that have taken care of me and my fellow vets for a long time.
It's just horrid. I was dumbfounded and just disgusted. Coming from that coward, never served, draft dodging coward, it's infuriating.
It's just despicable. I can't think of a more evil thing that he's doing.
When the government took us in to go fight their wars, they made a promise to take care of veterans when we got back. Donald Trump is a coward. He dodged a draft. He did not freaking serve. He was too chicken shit to serve, and he hates veterans. And this is the proof. This is the proof right now.
You know how hard it is to get our benefits? They doing it on purpose. They want to privatize that shit so they can profit off of our suffering.
How did you feel when you saw that Trump is firing over 80,000 VA?
Senator Blumenthal for this effort. It really matters. Even if it fails, it matters to our veterans to know that we tried, to know that we did not leave them out there at the mercy of Elon Musk and his little muskrats that have been running around through all of our government agencies, breaking agencies, violating court orders, prowling through your data, Americans, prowling through your data, and of course firing veterans. No president has fired more veterans than Donald Trump just in his first few weeks in office. And what it is doing to the VA and to services for veterans is deeply wrong and deeply unfortunate. In Rhode Island, we have our Providence VA Health Center, which is a first-class operation. Our veterans love it. It is well run. It has all sorts of new services and facilities that Senator Reid and I have worked to make sure got to the hospital. It has nearly 2,500 employees. It's a big operation. And we also have the Providence VA Benefits Office, which is such a good benefits office that if a program is being rolled out and not working someplace, they call in the Providence Benefits Office to try to get it working. If they're about to roll out a new program and they want to beta test it, they go to the Providence Benefits Office because they're good at what they do. And I can't think of anything that makes them more proud than the customers whom they serve. They love the folks they work for. And so to go through this group and slash and burn without the least logic or care, from like these little tech bro muskrat types who've never served, have no idea what they're doing, but are just taking delight in moving fast and breaking things, to use the tech bro talk. Well, that's fine if you're a tech bro and you're just playing around with equipment, but when you're dealing with our veterans and you're dealing with people's lives, running around fast, not knowing what you're doing and breaking stuff sounds more like thing one and thing two from Cat in the Hat. This is not the responsible way in which veterans should be treated. I'll mention just two while I'm here. There's a Rhode Islander who works for our Veterans Crisis Line. It's the hotline that veterans can call into when they're having an acute crisis of some kind, perhaps even feeling suicidal. This is not easy work. When that phone goes, you've got to be on and you've got to be expert. You've got to understand how to support the people who are calling in. You've got to understand how to get them to the services they need. It is a life and death matter. And this individual was fired. And then rehired a few days later, or at least told they were reinstated just a few days later. But with all the scrambling going on at the VA has not reissued work credentials, and they still do not have a return to work date for the improper firing that never should have happened and then was rescinded, but now doesn't have a proper end to the termination. It is administrative malpractice, and it is stupid, and it is wrong. We've got another Rhode Islander who worked at the local vet center, also abruptly and unjustifiably terminated. Now, as I said, it really means a lot to these people to be working for veterans, and they really put their hearts into it, and they really want to do a very good job. And they actually get rated on whether or not they are, in fact, doing a good job. And this individual received outstanding performance ratings. It wasn't just that they threw their heart and soul into their work. Their peers reviewed them, their supervisors reviewed them, and said that they were outstanding performers at their work. And so a letter comes to them saying that they were terminated due to poor performance. Well, among other things, that was a lie, because they weren't poor performers. They were excellent performers. When you lie to people who are working for veterans just so you can fire them, that's a pretty loathsome way to go about serving veterans. And it's certainly a loathsome way to treat the people who dedicate their lives to taking care of veterans. If you want to go find the people who have poor performance and fire them, go find the people who have poor performance and fire them. But don't just random accuse high performers of poor performance, lie to them about their performance, and fire them. It is a really offensive state of affairs. And it means now that vet center calls are being routed out to Colorado in a different time zone. Rhode Island, a little bit like Connecticut, is a small state. Connecticut's a little bigger. And we have our own character, and we have our own nature, and we have our own often way of speaking. And it matters when you pick up the phone to call the vet center that you're not talking to somebody several time zones away in Colorado. Particularly not because the phone isn't being answered because a high-performing worker was lied to about their performance and wrongly fired. There's really no excuse for that. So I want to say to the folks at the Providence Benefits Office, thank you, God bless you. We admire and respect what you do. We recognize that the entire VA organization has treated you as particularly expert and able, and the work that you do to make sure that our vets get the benefits that they're due is first class. Thank you for what you do. We are grateful, and I apologize that this president and this whatever he is and his little muskrats are doing this kind of damage to the institution that you so proudly serve. To the folks at the Providence VA Hospital, God bless you and thank you. You do great work. I deal with veterans all the time. Our veterans love our hospital. They're proud of our hospital. They think it's well run. They think they're well treated. The services are good. You can even get rides there. There's good parking. I mean, this hospital runs the way you would want a veterans hospital to run. So keep those little muskrats out of Rhode Island. Don't damage the services to our veterans, and I hope that, as the chairman said, we can come together and fix this. But it's hard to hear about how we should come together when nobody came together from Musk land, and those little muskrats didn't check in with anybody before they went in to break stuff at these agencies. It's a little late for togetherness when there's been none in terms of defending the work that these wonderful people do. And with that, I'll yield the floor.
So you have seen, Donald Trump, although he's an American traitor. This man is all about money, and he doesn't care one iota for America. But the people that voted for Donald Trump, most of these people have a third-grade education. They were warned about everything, Project 2025, but they didn't care. All they were thinking about me because I'm white, and everything that he said he was going to do has nothing to do with them. No, some of them are crying. Even some of our veterans, even when he tried to overturn the election and with his coup, many of them supported him. Because guess what? They are white. Now, chicken is coming to roost. And some of them are feeling it. Those who voted for him, I wonder if they're proud of themselves to say that I voted for Donald Trump. But I'm telling you, many of them, they're not going to say that. They were going to pass the question when asked. It is so sad that we're living, this is not the United States of America that most people are envisioning. Right now, America, most people do not know that dictators, they operate on fear for you to be afraid. You can't be afraid in this time. Donald Trump is one of the biggest cowards. He and Elon Musk, 2 cowards. But you know what? The people in the Senate and the Congress, they have given their powers to 2 men. So let's see what is going to happen. Because I know that whenever the mob come this time, and they'll be going to the White House and the Capitol, and I know that the Capitol Police won't be saving them. I wish you have a beautiful day.